Hello, welcome to MegoxCast. I am your host, John, joined by
Eli, hi.
for this episode. Now, this podcast will always have yours truly for each podcast, but I will have a new guest each week. You may later see some reappear, but that will be for me to decide and figure out. You can obviously have a say in it, say how you feel about every co-host and so on, but I will explain that later in the podcast. Today, we will discuss our thoughts and reflections on 2022 and predictions and hopes for 2023. So, Eli, talk a little bit about yourself.
Right, so I'm John's friend from high school, and I don't know. I guess I just experienced 2022 like everybody else.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know what you want me to. Yeah, what do you want me to say about
that's fine.
myself?
Oh, that is
All right.
completely fine, Elias. So,
All right.
first, let's go into some of the discussions of 2022. So, let's start this off with a slap. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. What were your thoughts on that one, Eli?
Did you script that? That's
Eli, I just have it written. I just have Will Smith slapping. I just have Will Smith slaps Chris Rock written down,
that
and then
sounds
I
like you.
thought of that before. I thought of that instantly. I promise.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. I'll be fair. It sounded like you were reading that off something.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know too much about what happened with that whole situation. I think it's still pretty wild. Okay. To me, and from what I've heard from a couple other people, there was something else going on between Chris Rock and Will Smith and Will Smith's wife slash family. I don't know. Somebody mentioned one time that there was like, I don't know, some sort of beef going on before that. Uh, Overall, though, I guess generally, based on the entire situation, I would say that it is a little bit of an over exaggeration to go up on stage and slap someone's face. I mean, I don't think it was exactly a very nice joke. Probably one that shouldn't have been made, but I also think that running up and onto stage and slapping people isn't okay. I mean, there's a reason that Will Smith was not allowed to come back and Chris Rock wasn't punished. You know,
Yes.
at least to my knowledge.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. From what I know, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock was about Chris Rock obviously saying something about Will Smith's wife's I think Jada, her condition, that's why she's
Mhm.
bald apparently.
Yeah.
And then also the fact that, let me just say, August is her favorite month. So
Okay.
Will Smith was jealous because she was having relations with someone else on the side named August. I forgot his full name, but I'm just gonna call him August.
Oh
And
yeah, they
then,
have like an open marriage thing.
oh yeah, I'm totally sure that Will Smith was,
Open to
also,
that.
yeah, he was open to an open relationship.
I don't
So
know. It's just
yeah,
something I heard. I don't know
all
what
I'm
the
all I'm
dynamic
saying
is.
is, like, Will Smith going up to him and slapping him was not the manly thing to do, and it made him seem insecure and weak, in
Manly.
my opinion.
Oh my God, John, are you
And
going
don't
off
don't
about
worry,
that?
we will go on into Andrew
God,
Tate later.
John,
Don't
that sounds
worry.
like some whack Sigma male crap. Like,
Oh yeah, we will totally go back.
that's in my opinion, that's not the thing that what the man with the biggest penis in the room would do. So,
Well,
like,
we will
I mean,
talk about Andrew Tate later in this podcast. Okay.
what?
Anyway,
No. Oh God,
that
no.
is for later. Okay. I'm
All
trying
right.
to add time codes
Yeah.
later. So,
Yeah. No, you're
so
right about the
overall,
thing about the
what were your
con.
thoughts?
I mean, I kind of summed it up before. I try my best not to dip my toes into celebrity gossip or issues too much because I think a lot of the time when I see people doing it, tend to forget they're people, and they either have this kind of hero worship mentality about it. I don't know if that's the right term, but they either treat celebrities like they're gods and that they have to be above it, they have to be above it all. They can't make mistakes. Or they relentlessly harass them and just think that they're the worst human beings alive for being famous. Uh, and I guess I didn't like that kind of behavior towards human beings, and I kind of tried to avoid celebrity gossip, so I'm not as well informed about issues as I should be. I guess I feel guilty giving my opinion about other people's lives in some capacity, but uh maybe I should put that aside for the podcast. I don't know. But I guess if anything, I just feel kind of bad about the whole situation. I mean, like, you know, call me, what did you say before? A soy boy or something like that? But
I didn't say
I
that
think
for this podcast.
no, earlier. Like, but if I was on stage and I made like a bad joke and like worst thing you would expect as a comedian is boo and maybe somebody throws something at you. But if somebody actually walked onto stage and slapped me across the face, I think I might cry. It's I mean, it's pretty tough. It's not only like kind of painful and stings, but it's also like a slap to the ego and it's embarrassing. It's like, oh shit. I mean, Chris Rock handled it surprisingly well for being slapped across the face. He kind of just like, "Whoa, man. Haha. Okay, now we carry on." And but I could tell that it hurt. I mean, who wouldn't? That it's a sting. It kind of sucks.
Hmm. I get you. So let's now go on to the other uh, discussion. So I heard that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were having some problems,
That's putting it lightly.
and domestic disturbance wise, and they were suing. They were suing. So what were your thoughts on that, Eli?
Well, um, I don't know. Kind of similar stuff with the thing I said before. I feel weird about, especially with that one actually, specifically because it was around a previously married couple. And it felt so personal and so driven by the media. And okay, so if I'm being honest, my perspective on it from the beginning was everybody online was against Amber Heard. Johnny Depp was this new figure for this men's what's it called? Men's domestic violence, like domestic violence cast upon men. He was like the face of that, and that obviously gave him a positive. Uh, you know, I don't want to say positive, but it made him look innocent to the media. And I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm not really gonna like put my foot in that. It's more like regardless if he was or wasn't, uh, it does make him look better to be the face of that, and to have people seeing him more in a sympathetic light rather than a violent or domineering. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people were like, "Oh, look at Amber. Amber is such a bitch." Look at her fake crying. And I don't know, cause I didn't follow the trial all the way through. In the end, after the trial was over, I kind of was expecting this to happen, but people were flip flopping. They were like, "Look at this text message Johnny Depp sent. Isn't he such an asshole?" And then everybody kind of came to the conclusion that, hey, I think they both sucked. And I don't know. I mean, that's just what I was seeing online on TikTok specifically, if I'm being completely honest. I know the most reliable source of news,
Oh yeah.
but what I was getting from it was this wasn't fact, but this was other people's opinions of what they had seen. And you know how much you can trust that. I don't really know personally, and I feel weird putting my foot down one way or the other with it because it's like I don't know everything. I could say all I want about what text message means what and what witness testimony means this or that. But in the end, I'll never know, who was in the right, who was in the wrong for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I get you.
I don't know. Weird topic.
Of course. Yeah.
How,
I feel
how do you
like
feel about it?
yeah, I feel like Johnny Depp was in the right. Like there was a lot against Amber Heard. To be honest.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
do feel like in a sense, though, I do feel like Johnny Depp. This is a learning thing for Johnny Depp as well. Although Amber Heard seems to be in the wrong, which she probably is. I was just saying that he knows how to deal with the situations like this differently, so it doesn't have to get this big. But it could have also been on Amber Heard's side. You know what I'm saying? Like just in different situations. I feel like Amber Heard as
Hmm.
well, but I don't want to talk about it like Amber Heard learned something.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But you never know. Hollywood always wants to go bigger. All right. So
Hmm.
uh, taking it to the UK. You okay that Queen Elizabeth died last year?
I don't know. I suppose it was pretty sad. I mean, I didn't think she was gonna die.
Yeah.
Uh, I thought she was gonna outlive me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like her health plan, like, geez, like better than Obamacare, I gotta say.
Well, she is the Queen of England. Well, was.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I first saw that, I saw somebody mention online. What'd they say? They said the Queen is dead. And you know what my first thought was?
What?
I thought of the Smiths album. You know the Smiths? They're a British band from like the 80s and 90s.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
They have an album called The Queen is Dead, I'm pretty sure. And when somebody said The Queen is Dead, I thought, "Oh, I love that album."
Mm. Yeah.
And that was that was actually pretty. I don't want to make light of someone's death, obviously, but it was pretty funny that that was my first thought.
Of course. Yeah. I do feel like with all these situations, the last two included, that the media does try to make light or make funnies out of a certain situation. And it's no joke that someone dies. But I do
Hmm.
feel like it was an interesting discussion on not to get too political here about just the government side of how England or the UK you know operates, and just certain things about royalties and all that. It's an interesting discussion, but I do feel like we should all um we don't have to participate, but we do not have to be so aggressive towards people that do want to be grieving for someone's death that they did care about, that they still care
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I
All right.
mean,
Yeah,
I
they
don't
were
know.
talking about that.
Do you have like less heavy topics? I feel like this whole time we've been
Yeah,
talking.
I mean, I feel like they were talking a lot they were talking about that a lot on like Twitter and stuff. And I can't believe Elon Musk bought that place. Like, I can't be asked. you know it's insane. And yeah, what were your thoughts on Elon Musk buying Twitter and the verification, the check mark, buying it for $8 a month,
I thought the
him
check.
firing people.
Okay. I can talk about this one openly. I don't feel as guilty talking about this. But because everything else was like, how do you feel about this couple beating each other up? How do you
Oh.
feel about the queen dying? How do you feel about us? Like, oh God, this is heavy. But now that Elon Musk is involved, oh, what a hottie, what a hunk.
Oh
Woo,
yeah.
awooga, yeah. No,
All
I
right.
mean, I'm kidding.
What's your
You know,
thoughts?
when I first wait, can I say something about Elon Musk before I get into the
Yeah, sure.
I never heard his voice until a month ago. Never ever. I've just been I don't know what I envisioned his voice would sound like, but when I heard him, I was like, "What the heck is that?" And I think I showed Adrian, and what'd they say? I think they said something, either Adrian or my sister, one or the other said something. They said, it sounds like he's trying to hold back a British accent, is what they said. And I was like, you know what, that makes sense because of where he's from. I guess I didn't put it together, but, pretty funny. Okay, about the blue check mark. Elon Musk buying Twitter didn't bother me. It wasn't really going to affect, like, quote unquote, my side of Twitter. I don't really use Twitter for news or political anything. I avoid all that shit. I mostly use it to look at like art. We'll just say
Yeah,
that.
of course.
And yeah, and keeping up with that pretty much. But so I knew that Elon Musk being, involved with Twitter wasn't gonna bother anything I was looking at on Twitter unless he like put a ban on suggestive content, I guess. But
Oh yeah.
but I knew he wouldn't do that. So, and he didn't. The only thing that bothered me was when he did the blue check mark because I thought that was stupid. I know you want it, John. I know you want it,
Oh
but
yeah.
I think it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. It's like it defeats the purpose of the blue check mark. The blue check mark's supposed to be for people who
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't know what to say, but like quote unquote need it. But people who, you want to verify if they are in fact the OG person you're looking for is what I always thought it was for. Or, I don't know. It's like the Nobel Prize of Twitter. I don't know what to call it. It's it's like you earn it. Yeah, I'll go with that. You earn it. And now I'm seeing people with 17 followers and a blue check mark, and they're saying the most heinous shit I've ever heard. It's like, what? I log on and they're like,
Yeah, say it, Eli.
I don't know if I want to say what they said,
Exactly.
but
Yeah, don't.
yeah, you know what? Even me just saying that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They're those
Oh yeah.
kinds of people, and I'm like, why does this person have a blue check mark? And then I'm like, oh, of course, they're subscribed to the whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna. Truth be told, I act like I care a lot about it, but it's not something I'm obsessively passionate about. It's really not that big of a deal. The fact that I can like hover over it and see that they paid for it is enough to be like, okay, it's what I was looking for, to see if they were in fact earning it or not. So at least I get to find out. At least they give me a way to know. I just don't understand the point of it, like paying for it. But other than that, it's really not that big of a deal. I'm not going to bully someone if they have it or something like that. I just, think personally I would not spend my money on that. I don't know. I know what you like, John. I know you want it.
Oh yeah, I want the check mark. I don't know. I feel like Elon Musk buying Twitter, this is my based opinion. Although I do feel like Twitter is a good place for people to express themselves, but mostly in news, like, because sometimes I feel like news sites or broadcasting can't get to certain discussions before the people that are involved in those events, they can get on Twitter and talk about it faster than those broadcasting sites. So I feel like in that sense it is good. But at the same time, Twitter has always been known as like a cesspool and not something to be taken too seriously because a lot of people on there are known to be toxic. And I feel like Elon Musk buying it, to be honest, is just hilarious. I've been looking at a lot of things as more of a joke and not seriously. And that's one thing I'm like, that's hilarious. And that's why I
Yeah.
think we're making everything into a meme because, to be honest, we can't take anything seriously anymore because everything's becoming too ludicrous,
I don't know. Maybe it's for the best that
yeah, maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, that things aren't taken so seriously, perhaps.
Elon Musk is an interesting guy, but not as interesting as, Kanye West. But at least he made graduation, right? What was your thoughts about him talking about, the man, the myth, the legend from 1930s to 1940s. You know what I'm saying? World War II.
What?
What was your opinion on Kanye West praising Hitler?
Oh. I still haven't found the original clip. I heard audio on TikTok once with somebody's funny reaction over it, and he said, I think what he said, and I quote, was, "There's a lot of valuable people in the world, especially Hitler," end quote. I think, or it was something very similar to that, very, very similar. And I remember just being like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, there was no other reaction I could have. I mean, I knew that Kanye had been kind of, for lack of better terms, losing it just a little bit. I mean, I saw that video of him and his family dressed like a cult by a pool. I don't know what that was about. Uh, like I said, I wasn't really educated on the whole celebrity thing, but seeing that was like hearing that, I should say, was pretty shocking, I suppose. I All I can say is I hope that he doesn't mean it or he gets help or something. I don't even know at this point. Whatever, I guess it was whatever his intention is determines my answer.
But Eli, he made Graduation.
What is that a song?
He made
Is that an
Graduation,
album?
Eli.
Is that a song or an album or
I don't
something?
know. I just know that people say that. Yeah, he's a little weird. You shouldn't talk about Hitler like that, but I mean, I guess you can say whatever you want, like especially you can say whatever you want on Twitter, but you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I don't
Twitter
know.
is.
I was realizing a lot of the stuff we've been talking about has happened during the end of the year. I'm like, what has happened the rest of the year?
I guess
Really
I
nothing,
don't
to
know,
be
man. I
honest.
mean, everybody held it all in until the
Yeah,
very end.
everyone held it all in, like they were it's like flatulence, they had to
I mean,
wait till the end to let it all out.
yeah.
You know, now we're going into controversial waters. We were talking about a guy that was praising a dictator. Now we're going into the dictator himself, Andrew Tate. He got
Ah,
arrested last year for sex trafficking allegations, which seem to be true because I think he was arrested first time and then he was let out. But then this time it does seem like they have good evidence. I mean, also he was found in Romania, which is a place he's not supposed to be at. So, from a pizza box, mind you, from a pizza box. I think Greta Thornburg caught him, like some activist. What were your thoughts on this, Eli? What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate? What's your thoughts on him getting arrested? What's your thoughts on Romania's judicial system,
I think I heard her
etc.?
saying something like he had a small penis. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
But other than that, actually don't know too much about him. Um, I've heard some of what he has to say, and most of the time, when Andrew Tate opens his mouth,
it's based.
it's ludicrous bullshit. I don't know what more to say. It's just like he sounds like a guy that you'd meet in high school who's a band kid who thinks he's all that. I don't know how to say this, but he has such an insane amount of disrespect towards women, and not just women, literally everybody. He shits on everyone. He
He's
calls
like
people out for having.
he's like the controversial version of South Park.
No, South Park is funny when they do it. He's just a he's not funny. He's
Yeah,
just an asshole. And I mean, like, John, I mean, you've heard some of what he has to say, right? Like,
yeah.
I heard him talking about how he would, like, what did he say? He was talking about how he would act if he went to prison and, big stack of money, give it to the guards, get hoes, something like that is what he said. And all I could think was, how are you going to get hoes in prison? That's kind of sus, Tate. You know what I
You're
mean?
gonna be the hoe in prison, Tate.
I mean, yeah, look at him, bro. He's got a beautiful, very
Yeah,
effeminate bone structure.
yeah, and look at his behind. He's going to be
Yeah,
someone's boy
man.
toy.
He skips leg day. You can tell.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I shouldn't be going down that road. Otherwise, I lower myself to his standard of judging people for their physical appearance.
Yeah.
It's
I get you.
only funny because it's ironic. But
Yeah.
okay. Based on his own actions, him as a person. I know you mentioned something about him and his financial advice. I'm not overly educated about his financial prowess. I mean, I'm aware that he has a lot of money, so he's probably at least skilled in some capacity of that. It doesn't sound like it's the most ethical based on his allegations at the moment, but other than that, he seems like a very unstable character based on his relationship skills.
Yeah.
Only based on that, I think.
No,
Uh,
I get you.
yeah.
I was going to say about Andrew Tate, like, yeah, to be honest, I don't feel like I was thinking about recently, I don't think anyone should just admire somebody based on what they say or anything, or you should take everyone's thing with a grain of salt. You can take what you like from
Mm,
certain people and make that into yourself, like that's what makes individuality, taking one part of one thing, one part of another, you know
yeah.
and just
Yeah.
being a better person in that way. You can take a lot from Andrew Tate, but you can take a lot from certain other people that are even more controversial, and just even people that are less controversial. All right, less controversial people you can take more from, take less from. You can take whatever you like and make that into your character, and you know, just listen to
Make
people's
that
advice.
into your
And
character. I like
yeah,
that.
like taking pieces of like certain things and making into something else, that's a lot like artificial intelligence, AI. So what's your opinion in general, Eli, about AI and the use of it in 2022?
Uh, I don't know about any advancements. I mean, I do remember people saying that I think there was an article published in 2015 saying that in 10 years we'd have robots that we could have sex with, and that, that's only 2 years away now.
You
Well, I
want to
guess
buy one with me?
no.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. What do you mean with you? Do you want to share it?
Yeah, I get it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get it the other days.
John, do you think we can settle on the same type?
Yeah, I think so.
What kind of robot? Okay, what kind of robot would you want? What would you want the robot to look like?
Let's discuss this after the podcast. Let's
Hey,
I
yo,
would
that's
like to talk about the AI that you've seen last year. Like, I mean, I'm not even talking about just robots. I'm talking about like AI art or AI um like voices. I actually used an AI voice simulator a while ago, and I played it for Eli. And I'm just thinking, what AI softwares have you been seeing around, and what do you think this is the start of? What do you think the future of AI is?
I mean, okay, so I've seen ones that can change people's voices.
Hmm.
I've seen ones that can create art. Seen mm, I've seen them do a couple things, I'll say that.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know if they're the AIs that do the deep fakes. I think they are, but I don't know. Um, they're pretty advanced, and I think it's only going to get more advanced from this point on. I mean, do I think they're going to take over the world? Probably not while we're alive. So, why worry about it, right? Why worry about the future when you're not going to be there? That's
exactly.
that's that's sarcasm, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I like AI, but I feel like one reason AI exists is because of l- because we're losing our individuality and creativity in some senses. But to be honest, I think AI is a good tool to use. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. And I think it says a lot about us. All right. Now, Eli, we're going to talk about very important things. All right. We're going to talk about, and I mean this, we're going to talk about the Barbie and Mario movie. Like
The most
the
controversial
you know
topic of all.
the sneak peeks, if you will. So let's start with the Barbie movie. What's your opinion on the casting?
I like the cast choice.
All right, awesome. Yeah, me too. I feel like it's a literally me movie. I feel like I will go there dressed up in a suit, all that. And then what about Mario movie? What's your opinion on Chris Pratt's voice in the movie? It's a me, I'm Mario.
It's hilarious.
Oh
It's
yeah.
funny. It's actually one of the best Mario impressions I've ever heard in my life.
Sarcastic or not sarcastic?
I'm being sarcastic.
Okay. Yeah. I would expect. So, all right. Now, let's talk about some other stuff. Pink sauce. Would you want it on your food or not, Eli?
No, nah. It looks kind of gross, not gonna lie.
Bruh. Okay. I get you. Do you think
What about you? Would
I
you
don't
try
know.
it?
Probably not. I don't like sauce. I don't like condiments. I was gonna ask you with pink sauce. Do you feel like it's a controversial condiment because of
Mm.
the amateur qualities about it? Because it's made by one
Uh,
person.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I'd call it controversial. I just think it's funny for the most
Oh
part.
yeah.
But then again, I didn't waste my money on it. I think people who might have done that might feel a different way.
Yeah, of course. All right. It's corn. Would you put it on corn? I'm kidding. So, what did you think of this meme? The it's corn meme. Pretty good.
I think it's pretty cute, but I don't like the commercial they keep using on TikTok for it. My sister said she summed it up pretty well. She said, "You know, it's funny. This came up on Twitter right when you said that. It's a guy. It's like a politician, and some guy puts corn in his face like a microphone. Thought it was ironic that you mentioned the corn meme right when I saw that. But either way, there's this TikTok video they keep putting in their advertisements that I keep seeing on YouTube. Um, Try telling that to a 80-year-old man and explaining what I'm talking about. But it's this girl and she has a bunch she used makeup to look like corn. Like she made her face look like corn. And she just does the little corn remix song and she just lip syncs to it. And they use that in their advertisements and I hate it. I hate that video. I hate it so much. My
Mhm.
sister said it's like what'd she say? She said millennials are ruining it. And I thought that was funny. I'm not gonna say if I agree or not, but because not everybody's the same. But that video is definitely awful and I never want to see it again, you know?
What you mean? So okay. All right. Eli,
Mhm.
do you have Riz?
I don't know, John, you tell me.
I can see you in a bar one day, talking to a girl and you using
I
it.
have
Yeah,
I
I
have
see.
accidental awkward Rizz, man.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. What's your opinion on the term Riz and do people like Andrew Tate have Riz?
Andrew Raid has like what did the fuck did I say? Andrew Raid?
Andrew Raid. It's Andrew
What did
Tate.
I say? I don't know why I said that. I think I was trying to mix up names. Anyway, Andrew Tate has anti-Riz, is what I was trying to say. I think I was accidentally mixing up what I was saying.
Okay.
So Andrew Tate has what I like to call anti-Riz because I cannot envision a woman with any ounce of self-respect lowering herself to his standard. I don't care what she physically looks like. If Andrew Tate was considered like hypothetically was considered a 10 and a girl who was considered hypothetically a 1 was around Andrew Tate and Andrew Tate was pulling his bullshit and she was like, you know, uh, he's very attractive. I will get with him. She would have to have very low self-respect to get with him. What I'm
Mhm.
saying right here, right now, is that the way Andrew Tate speaks about women, the degrading nature he puts them in, everything he does and says stands for essentially, is just overall very uncomfortable and just, ugh. You'd have to. I can't imagine anybody with Andrew Tate with the way he claims to treat women. I can't
Yeah.
imagine that being a good idea. I just can't. I mean, John, like if you were a woman, you just put yourself in that mindset, and Andrew
Yeah, I do
Tate
that every
addressed,
day.
yeah, what?
Okay, keep going, keep going.
Okay. Addressed you in the way that he claims to address women, and he walked up to you and was like, "Hey, baby," slaps your ass and is like, does his little, whatever. Would you agree to go out with him? Like, why?
How much is
He's
he paying me?
okay. Well, that's different though. That's money talking, not his Rizz.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh
Wait,
yeah, I
okay.
probably wouldn't then.
Controversial question. Does money equate to Rizz? Is like Rizz, or is Rizz only like a social thing?
I feel like Riz with money is I feel like money is a sign of success and you know maybe just knowing where you're going to go in life, but sometimes money can be given to you. So that's like, that's like born with Riz, you know? So I guess money in some sense is Riz, but I don't feel like it's a long it's a long game you're playing if you're only basing it on money and superficial things. It's not a long game, it's only a short game. Um okay, but to be honest with you, when I think of Riz, I think of you know, Dream's face. I think of his face reveal and I'm like, "Dang, that
No,
guy has a lot of Riz." What's your opinion on that? What's your opinion on
no.
Dream revealing his, uh,
I
you know,
felt like people were being
face?
very mean about Dream. They were saying he was ugly and put the mask on, and I was like, Jesus, dude. He just looks like a regular guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like how Moist Critical said. What did he say? He said, if Dream is ugly, then I must be hideous. That's what he said. And I don't know. I mean, it's not like I think Dream is hot or anything like that, but that really shouldn't matter because but the only thing I didn't like was how he positioned his face for the entirety of his video. He kept it at a like if he was just facing the camera front ways, I wouldn't have noticed he wasn't moving. But that's not the problem. The problem was he was at like a weird like 90-degree angle the entire time, looking at the camera sideways.
Oh, yeah, Meat Canyon, I think, mentioned something about that, like he has a second face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was funny.
yeah, I don't know.
I
I think
love Meat Canyon, dude. Meat Canyon,
I
the
think it was
best.
pretty ballsy to, show your face for that long, but also I think his room decor was pretty nice, I kinda want something.
No, he looked like he was in a dungeon, John.
Uh-huh. Yeah, whatever you say, Eli. Okay. So now we've talked about all the memes of last year that I would like to talk about. So, movies. The Batman. Eli, riddle me this. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it
It was
a
great.
hood
I really
classic?
liked. Did you say a hood classic?
Yeah, because I was trying to rhyme good with hood, but it didn't work.
All right, I liked the Batman, but I like a lot of Batman movies. I'm gonna be honest. When the Batman came out, um, I had just recently started watching a TV show about Batman. I think it's called Gotham, and
Mm,
I was watching it with my brother, and based on when it came out, I was already uh into the idea of like seeing more Batman content, I guess. So I might be a little biased in saying, "Oh, it was really good," but I don't know. I It just so happened to be at a time when I was enjoying that kind of content, so it was convenient for me, and I, liked it. I thought it was interesting how they did the Riddler and Batman, for that matter. The casting, I was worried about it at first, you know? I wasn't sure if, Edward from Twilight was gonna be able to pull it off,
Oh yeah,
but, that edgy emo crap really worked out well for Batman.
yeah. I thought the movie was okay. I liked the aesthetic more than the certain aspects of the movie. I'm a really an
Right.
aesthetics guy, so I did like a lot of it. But at the same time,
Mhm.
I don't like it as much as something like The Dark Knight, in my opinion. I thought The Dark
The
Knight was
Dark Knight
better.
was really good.
The Batman was good in some aspects. I think it's a little goofy. How Bruce Wayne looks under the mask and how he acts when he's not Batman. And I also thought it was a little goofy about how the Riddler acts in general, and some decisions that were made by some characters were a little silly. But
Not gonna
that's about
lie,
it.
I felt like Batman and Bruce Wayne acted the exact same, and it was both really awkward.
Yeah, that was a
Like,
little weak.
I thought it was okay, I swear to God, I was the only person laughing in the theater. There was, like, a scene in the very beginning of the movie, and, I think okay, was he Captain Gordon or I don't know,
Commissioner Gordon.
whatever. Thank you. Commissioner Gordon, was like, "Let him through," in the beginning when, letting Batman into a crime scene, and one of the cop guys was just like pauses for a minute and then turns to him and goes, "Are you serious?" And I don't know, I guess it struck me because the movie tried really hard to not be like a fantasy and to be like, "What if this was, like, real life?" And I was like, "Ugh, okay." I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they avoided
Yeah,
calling him Batman the entire movie, and it was supposed to be, like, relatable in some sense, I felt like, which
yeah.
I can appreciate the effort that a movie goes through to immerse you, you know?
Mhm.
So, I don't know, it just made me laugh because I imagined what if I was a cop and some guy dressed like Batman came in, not saying a frickin' word, and then my superior was like, "Let him in." I would be like, "Yeah, what the hell? What is this?
Yeah, it's
Who's
a
this
little
guy in
goofy.
cosplay, man?"
Yeah, yeah. I get you.
I thought it was
Um,
funny. And
yeah,
then the stupid Polaroid pictures, that was okay, you remember them, right?
yeah, yeah, a little bit.
That was the Riddler had, like, Polaroid photos of himself in his mask and,
Uh,
like, regular, and he had this little stupid dopey smile, and and it was really funny.
yeah.
I
I thought
laughed at that too. Thank God other people laughed at that point in the theater though, because the last time I was like, "Ha ha," and nobody laughed, and it was really uncomfortable.
yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah. And then, I thought the genuinely funny movie, to be honest. The Batman wasn't supposed to be genuinely funny, but I thought genuinely funny movie was last year was Morbius. Pretty good movie, you know?
That I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
that was supposed to be funny, John.
Oh, you're sure? You sure about that?
I didn't think it was supposed to be funny.
People
I
made
thought
memes
the
about it. People were,
Oh,
Morbin.
you mean
It's
like
Morbin time,
you mean like that. I thought you meant like the creators were all like, "Yeah, this is supposed to be a funny, silly movie."
No, that's what I'm also saying.
Seriously? I
No.
didn't get that vibe at all.
Okay, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was okay. I didn't
Mm.
think it was that bad. Um, what I didn't like was the end.
Oh yeah, yeah. The end
Bro,
was
I had no idea it was supposed to be some Marvel bullshit until the end. And I was like, "What
yeah.
the I it was just so it's like, "Spider-Man." I'm like, "What?"
Spider-Man. What's happening?
Don't you remember the weird I think it was a hawk guy, I don't remember, it was some
A
random
hot
ass
guy.
guy. No, Hawk.
Mm.
Some random ass guy at the very end of the movie was like, "I think it has something to do with Spider-Man," and and I was like, "Spider-Man's here?" I was like, I was taken aback. I had no idea it was supposed to be like I had no idea it was supposed to be like Marvel lore until the very end of the movie.
Yeah, it was a little stupid.
I wish
Um,
they had, I don't know, executed that a little better
yeah, I get you.
because it was really awkward. There was that
Yeah.
one guy who played Doctor Who that was that hot guy's friend.
Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like Morbius was perfect length, but I feel like the Batman was kind of long. I feel like the Morbius knew when to leave, but that's the only thing I can really say about it. It was kind of bad. To be honest, that's all I can say. And then
Yeah, it was a little awkward how they carried out the
yeah,
thing.
I get you. To be
Felt like the
honest with
story was
you,
a little empty.
yeah, I think I wasn't even wearing like the nicest attire for it. Uh, for example, Minions: The Rise of Gru, I was decked out. Had my formal
Oh
clothes
my
on, my
god, not this shit
my
again.
suits. The gentle minions. What were your thoughts, Eli? What were your thoughts on Minions: The Rise of Gru?
Okay, I went to go see it with my little brother and my mom. I had a
Hmm.
reason to go watch it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Not just to wear a suit, but it was all right. I mean, it's a kids movie, so
Yeah,
pretty simple plot and all that. The minions were pretty funny as usual.
yeah.
Um, now I'm just remembering something Adrian told me about the old Minions movie. Do you remember? I think it was just the Minions movie, and
Yeah,
there
yeah.
was a scene when one of the minions came out of a pool, and I don't know, he like wiped a towel under his ass or something like that, and Adrian was like a kid when this came out, so when they went to go see it, they thought that was hilarious, and they were laughing. They were like, "Ha ha ha ha," and nobody else was laughing in the theater,
Oh my gosh.
and they were dead silent. And Adrian told me that they felt really uncomfortable after that because it was a kids movie. It's supposed to be stupid toilet humor. It's supposed to be funny, and here they are laughing, and nobody else is joining in. I
Yeah.
just remember feeling like really bad because I'm like, I kind of relate to that because of the Batman thing that happened to me.
Oh yeah.
Where
I
you
get.
where you, like, laugh. I mean, I was I asked for it more, though, because that wasn't supposed to be a funny scene, and I was laughing. At least
Yeah,
Adrian was laughing at a scene that was supposed to be funny.
I know. It's so weird. Um, yeah, I don't know. I liked Minions: The Rise of Gru. I liked the '70s aesthetic,
Oh, yeah,
and
that was really nice. The music
yeah,
was
the
awesome.
music all around the world. Okay,
Thank
I
you
don't want
for
to
that.
get this. I don't want to get this. Video copyright stricken by those artists. But anyway,
Oh,
I thought.
something I
Yeah,
noticed
what's up?
was that sorry, Tame Impala was, making a lot of music for new movies recently.
Yeah, maybe they're just that's how they're gonna get their music out through movies.
Because
Which
I'm
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they helped with, some of the music in The Rise of Gru and in that Elvis movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna get in that right now, actually. So I was gonna say, we're gonna talk about our favorite movie of 2022. And Eli, what was your favorite movie of 2022 besides The Batman?
Probably Elvis. That was
All
really
right,
good.
yeah, talk about it. Then I'll talk about mine.
Alright, I know some people are, into the controversy of Elvis and whatnot, but generally I speak of this just as the movie itself. It was really good. The music was nice, the performance of, damn, his name is escaping me. The guy who played
Austin
Elvis.
Butler.
Thank you. I don't know why that escaped me. But, yeah, he did a really good job. I felt like he was Elvis when he was playing it. It was really, well done. I heard that he actually sang some of the songs in the movie, which is very impressive because, that's hard.
Yeah.
And, singing is hard. And, he did a really good job. So, nice work, I will say. Nice work.
Yeah, I will have to say, when I saw some clips, it was hard to tell. And then with Nope, my favorite film, that was it was a pretty good movie. Eli, you have not watched it, correct?
I haven't watched it. You can tell
So
me a bit about it
I'm
though,
not
I don't
gonna
mind.
spoil it too much, but I did like the aesthetic. It felt like a summer horror blockbuster, and it was just a new way of showing, you know, these ideas and all that, and it was just really cool. I was really scared because at one point because a scary animal came up. A chimpanzee was attacking an
Is this
entire
why you're
like
scared of
sitcom.
chimps?
I told you another reason why I am scared of chimps.
That
All right, in
yeah, the
2009, but I'm talking
yeah, I
about this
know.
film. They brought it back, and they were like, "Bruh," and I was like, "Bruh, why would you talk about chimps like mutilating and ripping people's faces off? That is crazy. I can't be asked." But besides that, I thought the acting was pretty good, and I was, scared at some points, and I just like the aesthetic too. I was looking
John,
back
you
at the
should have had
shots.
me there. You could have, held on
Oh
to me
yeah,
and
I
whatnot.
could have. I will definitely do
Protected
that
you
during
from the chimps.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. I think yeah, me and you can watch Puss in Boots, and I'll hold you when the wolf comes out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Anyway, you'll
Are you
you'll
gonna be
know when we
scared of
see it.
Puss in Boots?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm totally gonna be scared of Puss in Boots. I'm not gonna be smiling the entire time like Smiling Friends. The I want to go into the TV shows of last year. Smiling Friends, bro. Like, what were your thoughts, Eli?
That was pretty funny. I did like Smiling Friends a lot.
Yeah, pretty good movie. Pretty good show. Pretty good show. It was a pretty good show, I thought. Yeah. I like the animation. I like how YouTubers are making it. It's pretty cool. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite moment?
I feel like I had one. Hold on.
Yeah, what was your funniest moment from it?
You know what? Maybe it was when their boss was like nursing that thing. I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, I thought that was funny too. Yeah. Yeah, the
And he
first
was like,
episode is
no
definitely the
biting.
funniest. The first episode is definitely the funniest.
They threw out
Um
the bangers in that one. It was pretty good.
yeah, that one was good. Maybe yeah, I can't even think of the funniest moment right now. The main one I'm thinking of is like just those little tiny purple things that were, with Alan or whatever. That was funny. Um, but yeah, that I actually showed that to my dad. He liked that show as well. Only
Your
the first
dad
episode
likes
though.
smile. You showed your
Only
dad
the first
Smiling
episode.
Friends?
Only the first episode. Only the first episode. He wouldn't want to watch the rest. But yeah, he liked it. You know,
Okay,
he
John,
he doesn't. What's up?
I sent you a video.
Okay, I'll check it out after the podcast.
It's it's about chimps. So I think I
Oh
saw
yeah,
it today or yesterday or something. It's about Michael Jackson's chimp Bubbles. I think you'll find it interesting.
yeah. All right. Well, okay. He likes Smiling Friends, but he definitely likes Better Call Saul more. And
Better Call
yeah,
Saul
the
is
the
pretty good.
last season came out this year. And I think it'll release later this year, on the on Netflix. I'm excited to watch. Actually, I already watched it. Um, but
I'm
yeah. So, what do you
excited to
think so
watch
far
this.
of?
Wait, I already saw that.
What do you think so far of Better Call Saul? Because I
I
know you
liked
haven't
it. I
finished it.
mean, I haven't seen season 5 because Netflix doesn't have it.
You need
It's
season 6.
there's season 6.
Yeah, season 6.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen season 5 or season 6. Netflix doesn't have either season.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Anyway,
no, season 5 is on there.
seriously, it wasn't on there last time.
I showed you some episodes. I showed you Magic Man. I know what you know. You were on. You finished Magic Man and 50% off, and you watched 50% off with me. That's season 5.
Oh, I guess I haven't
Yeah,
seen season 6 then.
yeah.
My
So
bad.
mhm.
Um, anyway, pretty good so far. Uh, It's definitely, interesting. I remember you saying that your parents really liked it. My parents actually thought it was boring in comparison to, to Breaking Bad, so they didn't finish it. Um, but, I think it's because my dad said something like he didn't really like Saul, the character, to begin with,
Yeah.
which, obviously you're not gonna like a show about a main character that you hate.
Hmm.
Um, so I was like, "Okay, that makes sense." I don't
Yeah,
know,
I get
I
it.
like it though. I think Saul is a pretty, I don't know, it's hard because it's like sometimes I'm like, I really wanna be on his side, but then he keeps, like, making these, like, big mistakes, and I'm like, "Dude, please don't do that."
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he should be nicer to Kim and help her out, to be honest. And yeah,
Yeah,
I mainly just like this. I like the story, like mainly the
there it is.
relationship between Chuck and Jimmy, but I also
Oh, that
like
broke my
this.
heart, man.
I know.
That
It
broke
hurts.
my heart,
Rip Chuck, man. Rip
especially
Chuck.
since I'm an older brother, it's like,
Yeah.
I see that and I'm like, if my siblings were like that or,
Yeah.
also I don't I'm mad at Chuck, to be completely honest. I'm kinda pissed at him. I somewhat understand where he's coming from, but I'm like, you do realize that because of the way you've treated Jimmy, he feels like he cannot have your support and that he constantly has to take care of you.
Yeah.
And you always like pulling this bullshit by being like, "Oh, you're not good enough, Jimmy. You'll never be good enough. You're always slipping Jimmy." It's like you're not encouraging him to do better in any way. How is he ever going to get better if you always are criticizing him?
Yeah. I
Like he
also
never
agree.
ever helped him.
Yeah. And yeah, I liked all that, but mainly I like the aesthetics of it, the cinematography, the music, the editing, it's really good. I like that. You know
Yeah.
how I am into that. So also, uh Dahmer. Dang.
Oh god. Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
rough.
we finished this show, but we'll just talk about our thoughts on it. I think it's based, and I think that, the main
Based.
actor, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty base, to be honest with you, Eli. And yeah, to be honest with you, I think Evan Peters did a pretty good job. I don't care if he's a heart throb. All I want him to do is eat a heart from someone's chest. To be honest, I like the I like his acting. What's your opinion on it? Like, I think it's a little creepy, a little bit, whoa, but I like it
A
overall. What
lot
do you
of
think, Eli?
people I remember looking online and a lot of people were making judgments. They were like saying things like, "Oh, the families wouldn't want another Dahmer video to be made," and I
Yeah,
remember being like, "Oh god, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that." And I don't know. It was like I felt honestly like I've seen a lot of documentaries and recreations of I don't even know what to call that. I don't even want to call it the story of Jeffrey Dahmer because that just feels like it's not giving it justice. But I've seen a lot of media portrayed about serial killers, true crime things like that. And I will say, out of a lot of the ones I've seen, especially ones with related to Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't think I've ever seen a recreation of the story that made me feel quite as sympathetic to the victims as this one did. And I don't know why that is for sure. I think it's because I felt like there was more of an in-depth, either acting or behavior or story with the characters. Maybe like all of that combined. It felt really deep. I felt really bad for the victims, and like I could see what was happening to them. I felt the horror, for lack of a better term, of what Jeffrey Dahmer did. And I don't wanna say if that's good or bad particularly. It's just, like, maybe in some ways it makes me understand more what did happen, at least as well as someone can tell the story or interpret what happened.
yeah, I
But,
get you.
I'll never be there. I'll never, have been through that, thank God. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't wanna pretend to know, but
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to say what happened, but I mean, people will make shows no matter what, So in that sense, what are you gonna do?
you know,
And then I gotta say, he killed a lot of people, but they at least didn't come back to life. The Walking Dead season 11.
oh my god, that. Oh, why'd you lead into it like that?
I I am now realizing that was not. I'm saying they shouldn't come back
I know
reanimated.
what you meant. I know
That
what
would
you meant.
be disturbing, and also disturbing to the people being reanimated because they will not
I
be the
know.
same.
Yeah, I know what you meant, John. I know.
I really hope that you know people that listen to this podcast understand. If I am clipped for it, that is fair. That was my fault. Anyway,
It's you
The
know
Walking
what?
Dead
I get what
season
you were
11.
trying to say.
The Walking Dead season 11. I haven't watched it yet. But I plan to overall though, because I'm talking about like Better Call Saul, The Walking Dead. These shows have ended this year, and a season came out, so I like talking about it. So with The Walking Dead, I'm just going to talk about my overall thoughts, but I'm not going to go too much into it if I want to go into another thing. So overall, I think it's a good show. I really like Negan, and to be honest with you, I like the vibe, but I don't take it seriously, to be honest with you. Like Better Call Saul, I kind of take it as like a meme, funny show. To be honest with you, what about you, Eli?
Uh, I really like Walking Dead. It kind of holds a place in my heart because my parents were huge fans of it ever since it came out. I watched it a couple years ago, I think when I was 15, but I didn't finish. And I think recently I took it back up again. Um, Now I've kind of like put the most recent seasons on hold because
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
watching the whole series with my grandma. I think we're on whatever season was with the prison. I think it was two, maybe
Hmm.
three.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're on there, and it's uh you know it's pretty fun watching it with my grandparents because my grandma says funny stuff sometimes about it.
Oh
She's
yeah.
always like, "Oh, I don't want to watch if this person dies," but she always keeps watching.
She keeps watching it. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that's what makes it interesting. Who will survive? Who will keep surviving? Who will die? So I like that aspect about it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I
Um.
like the social factor.
Oh
That's
yeah,
pretty
that
neat.
too. That too. Like what it says about society.
Mhm.
Um. Speaking of what it says about society, Wednesday. Oh yeah. Everyone wants a piece of Jenna Ortega. That's what it says about society. Anyway, um, what are your thoughts, Eli, on this Tim Burton directed Netflix TV series?
Pretty good so far. Um, it's a little awkward in some ways. Like I guess it's weird seeing Wednesday and like them trying to do it like modern high school style type
Yeah.
of deal. But it uh is not bad. Uh it's pretty funny in some capacity. I feel like she does a good job of portraying like the character of Wednesday.
Yeah.
Um
Did you like the mystery aspect?
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Some
All
of the
right.
characters are different than I expected. One of the love interests is actually all of her love interests kind of
Yeah.
suck.
I
In
don't
my
know.
opinion, I think it's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
I think
I
the
don't like all of them.
yeah, the barista guy, he's got like a weird accent and he always talks like this and I'm
And he
like,
looks
"Oh god."
10 years older than her.
Oh, I didn't notice that part. But
Looks old.
I don't know, I guess kind of in his face, but he looks like one of those young people who look all wrinkly.
Oh yeah, yeah. That.
But that's really mean. I'm sorry. Anyway, but her love interest that lives at the school with her, that guy needs to stop tying his hair back. He needs to just let it hang because when he ties it back, he looks so scary.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Overall, I think the show's good. I think it feels a little saccharine or a little bit like cheeky in a sense. I don't know. Just I feel like it's too safe writing wise. It doesn't feel enough violent either visually. Just some
Wow.
things, I wish it was more edgy, but less appealing to some people, because it is Tim Burton, like maybe I mean, I guess Tim Burton's always been a little bit like that,
Yeah.
like
I
he's been
suppose maybe it's
accessible to everybody.
I suppose it's maybe like to kind of try to influence more of kids.
Yeah,
You know.
teenager vibe, young adults vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um.
mean, Tim Burton's always worked with kids media too. Maybe the
Yeah.
intention
Exactly.
is to try to,
Mhm.
get more kids.
Yeah, I think so as well. Okay. Let's talk about our personal life. A little
Hmm.
bit. Like of 2022, like what we got out of it. Um. Just a reflection on that.
Oh,
So
oh God. Uh, it says, mm, uh, I mean, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. Let me collect myself. Give me a moment. Okay. 2022 was the border between the first and second year of college for me and you.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool, you know? Kind of uh, you know, the border between that time frame. I don't know. I mean, after this next semester, I'm gonna be heading off to university, and I will have finished my associate's degree, which means if I'm getting a bachelor's, I'll be halfway done with school, which is pretty crazy, I guess. I don't know. Over the past year, I had mostly been doing like online classes until like the very last semester
Mhm.
at the 2022. And that was kind of an experience. I prefer online classes, you know.
Yeah.
Those provide me with my own schedule. I don't have to waste my time running around classrooms, getting home, getting to school, figuring things out. I can just kind of pull up my laptop, crank out an essay, done.
Yeah.
It's easy. And but unfortunately, some of my classes require that I be in person. Like this next semester, I'm probably going to be there in person for almost all my classes. So I'm not looking forward to that part of the next year. But as for the last year, um, it's kind of just felt like adjusting to adulthood, you know,
Mhm.
and it's pretty daunting.
I get
I don't
you.
know. What about you?
I don't know. I feel like last year, I started working at a movie theater in 2021, and I had my first 1 year anniversary in 2022. So I was mainly working that entire year, doing that and
You're married.
doing what?
You're married.
No, I
You
was
said
working that
anniversary.
1 year anniversary at the job. So then I was also uh were working at the college, doing school, and I was doing online stuff, spring semester, but in fall I decided to go in person, and that was fun, to interact with certain people, get projects done. That was really cool. And yeah, a lot last year was just a lot about me getting used to doing these things that I never thought I would be doing, but now I'm doing it, in that sense where, like, I knew I was going to do it at some point, but I didn't know it was going to be this fast, I didn't feel like I was really in college before this fall semester, really. So, yeah. And then, yeah, predictions of 2023 or hopes. What do you hope to do, Eli, in 2023?
Well,
And what are your
kind of
predictions?
like kind of like I mentioned before. Gonna finish up with my community college.
Yeah, maybe
Get
learn
my
how to drive.
associate. Uh, yeah, I know I'm old. I should already know how to drive.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
can you
need to
believe that
as
we're
well.
Can you believe that we're old enough to like get that's gonna sound weird how I say it, but we're old enough to get married
Yeah, no. So
to
Eli,
people like
I got the ring.
no, John, not to each other. I just meant age wise, we are old enough to get married.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, and it's like whack. Like,
It is
no
whack. I
parent
can
consent. We can
admit.
like move out if we want it.
Yeah.
It feels like such ugh.
Oh my
Because I
gosh.
guess part of me still feels like a kid.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like that's pretty normal for early adulthood. You know, you got to start making steps. Like maybe if I learn to drive, I'll stop feeling like such a child. But yeah, my hope is to get my driver's license. Hopefully within the month. You know, I still have my permit and everything, and I've been driving around for a while. The 6 month mark hasn't passed yet, but since I'm over 18, I can still take the test as I please.
Hmm.
At least that's what the DMV lady told me. So I figure I'm gonna drive around that area close to the DMV like once or twice. Then I'm gonna make my appointment, and I'll do it. After
All right.
that, probably try to juggle school, see if I feel like I have enough time, and if I
Yeah.
do, I'll try to get a job, maybe at the theater where you work.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll try to get
Try
you
to
in. Me
bug
and
you while you're
Jackson.
working.
Yeah. Uh, my hopes is obviously with this podcast, to upload more. I actually did record a pilot, but I did not like that one mainly because it wasn't scheduled, and also the fact that you know I just didn't like it. I don't blame the co-host. I will actually have him again, Raheem, or I forgot his username, drawing something. Uh, I think drawing night. I don't know, but you'll see him again. I will upload it as like unlisted at some point, and like whatever. But what I will say is that the we had a good time uh today, and all. Oh, I mainly have to talk about 2023. So yeah, my hope is to with the podcast to do well. Me uploading weekly and all that. To work out. I plan to actually upload those videos on TikTok. Maybe do some
Mhm.
Fiverr stuff, like for example, editing, or this is the gem in my opinion. This is the one I really want to do. Lego stop motion. I really want to do that. And then I also just want to shape my life in a certain way that I've always wanted it to be, but it hasn't been. So that's my hope this year. And I really hope I just come out a healthier person and make stronger relationships with people, and maybe even have some more cash. I'm on that grind. I know wanting more money is seen in some ways as greedy or selfish, but I do really want that money to use for smaller projects, and to also just build myself financially. So yeah, that's my
Mhm.
hope for this year. All right. So Eli, do you want to shout out or promote any of your social medias?
Uh, I'm all right, John.
No, you don't want to shout
Yeah,
out
I
your
mean,
Instagram or your
yeah, I mean, my Instagram is
OnlyFans?
just yeah. I don't have OnlyFans. Also, and my Instagram is kind of just like a Facebook. I really just use it to keep up with like old high school friends and my family. So
You don't want
it's
me to
not really
link any of your social medias or anything that you do online?
no, it's because I don't do anything online.
All
So
right. Well,
I don't.
they can
Yeah,
follow you if they wanted to.
yeah, they can see pictures of my birthday.
Okay, whatever. I'll link my Instagram. It's John Warner Lee, and I'll also link my TikTok, and
You do
maybe
dances,
my
John? Can
what's
you
that?
do thirst traps? I follow you on
I
TikTok. Can you do thirst traps?
I'm
I'm
going to
waiting
work
for it,
out.
John.
I'm going to work out. That's it.
All right.
Anyway, let me just finish this off the outro. So let me know how you feel about Eli in the comments below.
No,
I
no,
would like to
don't.
know if you'd like to hear from him again. I sure do.
God.
Wait, what, Eli? What did you say?
Hey, that's like open permission for them to cast judgment and say how much they hate my voice and think I'm stinky.
Well, then, that's, I mean, I don't want you guys to be mean. So I will, like, usually I wouldn't, but I will silence those that are very hurtful towards Eli. You can be hurtful towards me, but not Eli. Please don't. But I would like to hear your thoughts about if you would like him on the podcast.
Ooh,
and I
I
would
feel
like
so-
to know if there's an outweigh of those comments, which there probably would, because I would love him to be back on the podcast. So thanks for listening to the thanks for listening to the first podcast, and you will see me next week. All right, bye.